burned incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and poured out drink offerings unto her. Did we make cakes to worship her, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? This is Jeremiah 44:19.
It's KJ from the Scariest Movie Ever channel on YouTube. There's been a lot of news here lately, of course, about WikiLeaks. I was never really interested in WikiLeaks. I didn't really look much into it. And I'm mainly talking about the new releases over the last few months. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. I appreciate that WikiLeaks exists and is getting a lot of truth out there. A lot of the stuff they were getting out there on Clintons and politics and everything else, to me it's stuff that most of us already knew. But then suddenly I found an interest in WikiLeaks, because I saw a name in these WikiLeaks that I recognized from a video that I did myself a few years ago. That name is Marina Abramovic. The video I'm talking about is this one right here, Naked Lady Gaga Cast Spell and Viral Video. And you can see at the bottom of the page that I published this 3 years ago, August 9th, 2013. And in this video I covered a lot of information on Abramovic. And right there you can see that's Lady Gaga practicing what they call the Abramovic method. In this video she chants a really bizarre rhythmic tone. She's posing naked and presenting a lot of the typical Illuminati symbolism or satanic symbolism while she's at it. Before I continue, I want to give you a warning, because a lot of people commented on this video, and I even mentioned it as well. Be careful when listening to this weird tone that's in this video. It quite possibly could be a triggering tone. I don't know. These are strange frequencies these people are dealing with. More importantly, though, this goes back to something I've talked about for many years. So we are literally dealing with Satanists, with witches, with sorcerers, with witchcraft. This is spiritual warfare. So this story went mainstream really, really fast. As I said, I was never really that interested in WikiLeaks in the first place. I felt it was just kind of telling us stuff that most of us already knew. It's still good to get it all out there, right? All the political stuff for the masses. But you know, my interests usually lie in other places outside of mainstream politics. So again, finding this lady, Marina Abramovic, who I did a video on 3 years ago, finding her mixed up with all this stuff with these politicians in this WikiLeaks was absolutely fascinating to me. And as I said right here, this is from TheGuardian.com. This story went mainstream really, really fast. A lot of people have been doing videos on this. And I think that's a great thing. Again, what we're seeing here, guys, is something that I've been talking about for years, many of you have been talking about for years, the mainstream never really latched onto. But this is, once again, proof. This is proof of the connection between our political systems and Satanism. So I've got several other things I want to show you as well, but first let's check out this article right here. An email from the artist forwarded by Clinton's campaign chief has been seized on by the right as proof that the Democratic candidate has links with the occult. Performance artist Marina Abramovic has become an unlikely source of fear for right-wing groups after her name was mentioned in the Podesta emails. In a leaked email between Clinton's campaign chairman John Podesta and his brother Tony Podesta, an invitation from Abramovic is forwarded. It reads, "I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. Do you think you will be able to let me know if your brother is joining?" The act of spirit cooking involves Abramovic using pig's blood as a way of connecting with the spiritual world, to cook up thoughts rather than food. A video of the practice shows her writing various statements with the blood, such as, "With a sharp knife, cut deeply into your middle finger and eat the pain." Abramovic is known for work that focuses on pain, blood, and the relationship between the performer and the audience. Her work has won many awards, including the Golden Lion at Venice. The email has caused shock within some Republican circles, with Alex Jones' new site InfoWars calling it, quote, "one of the most disturbing WikiLeaks revelations to date," as well as stating that reports that the FBI agents see Hillary Clinton as the Antichrist personified now make a lot more sense. Abramovic spoke about the reaction to Art News, saying, "I'm outraged because this is taken completely out of my context." She said it was just a normal dinner. It was actually just a normal menu, which I call spirit cooking. There was no blood, no anything else. We just called things funny names, that's all. She also claimed that those referring to her body of work as satanic are mistaken. She says, "My work is really more about spirituality and not anything else," she said. "I've been doing my work for so long, and this is a misunderstanding. It's absolutely outrageous and ridiculous. I mean, this world is really turning to hell. I am completely amazed something is taken out of context for this purpose of winning. We are living in such a strange world." And that concludes the article. And what you're looking at right here on screen is actually more of her, quote, performance art, more of her work, right? And here's just another example of one of those cakes. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely horrifying. This is a butchered body. And as she comes no surprise, we find a very popular Illuminati tool, and that's Gwen Stefani here at the so-called art exhibit.
You really haven't seen that show?
No, I'm never home.
Open up.
Don't you realize that with DirecTV and AT&T Wireless?
This week, Charlie Murphy may be coming for you.
Just in case you're lacking the common sense to see that Hillary Clinton is an evil witch and a willing servant of Satan, I will now point to you to one of her newly released emails that has a reference in there about sacrificing to Moloch. I'm not joking. Moloch, for those who don't know, is the Illuminati favorite deity that's sacrificed to every July in the Bohemian Grove, pictured here, in the form of burning a life-size human effigy, at least in more modern times. Lord knows what they were doing in the past. Burning it at the altar of this big cement, stone-like idol that is built in the middle of their forest. And in the email, which is available on WikiLeaks, sent by her aide Cheryl Mills, who defended Bill Clinton during his impeachment hearings for not having sexual relations with that woman, she makes a reference about having her fingers crossed about something that they were hoping to accomplish, and then saying that she was going to sacrifice a chicken in the backyard to Moloch. The whole email here, you can see it here. The whole screen doesn't show up with this software, but right there, fingers.
Set off on any adventure with the incredible Y-Flyer scooter by Y-Volution. The Y-Flyer gives you a unique right.
The whole world lies in the power of the wicked one. I'll say that again because it is so important. The whole world lies in the power of the wicked one. It is written. Now, what does that mean? It means that those at the top who control everything, those who are building the buildings, implementing the government, those at the top who form our entertainment, it's like a mirror. You basically have two yins and yangs. Now, why am I bringing up Hillary Clinton in relation to Salt Lake City? Well, we're going to pull up Google Earth, and I'm going to show you what I found. Now, what you're looking at is the Salt Lake City library, okay? And this is the building here. Let's zoom in a little bit on it. We're going to zoom back out because I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. This is the library, okay? And it's got this this sweeping facade is how they describe it on the outside. It's got all this architecture and things on the grounds, okay? It's got this whole thing going on. Now over here is let's see here, this is the City Hall. So here's the center of government, and here's the library. Okay, let's sweep over here. And across from that, we've got the Supreme Court clerk, okay, and the law library, all right? So this is safe to say that this is pretty much the center city of government. And when you do a search on Salt Lake City, it puts the pinpoint right here, boom, right in the middle of the city. Now, what I'm going to show you next is something that you have quite literally never seen before in your life, because I'm going to show you something that for those with eyes to see already know what you're about to see right now. And what I did is all I did was take this image here and provide the mirror of what I already knew I was looking at. Let's zoom this in. And all I did was provide the mirror of what I already knew I was looking at. And this is Molech. Now Molech, let me be clear on this.